Hello, everyone. Now we're going to talk about a present simple, but we're going to take it in a very simple way. Okay? Now, the sentence is made of more than one word. We talked about the verb. Do you remember what's a verb? The verb is the word that you can do. That's the verb. So the verb is a word that you can do. Either you do it now or you did it yesterday in the past. So the verb is something that you do. Now, in a sentence, you will always find, let's keep this part. Now here, find the verbs in these sentences. I want you to find, I will read the sentence and you try to find the verb in these sentences. Sammy plays football. Which word is the word that you can do? That is the verb. Sammy plays football. Sammy or plays or football. What can you do? You. What can you do? I can play. So Sammy plays football. So plays is the verb. Because what? Sammy plays. What does he do? He plays football. Let's move to sentence number 2. I swim in the pool. Swim. Swim is the verb because something I can do. So I can play, I can swim. The children drink milk. What can you do? Can you do children or drink or milk? Of course, you can drink. So drink is what? Drank is the verb. So these are the verbs. Every sentence has a verb, we said that, and every sentence has a doer for the verb. So the doer is the person who does the verb. You don't do the verb, but there is someone else in the sentence doing the verb. So Sammy plays football. We said now, keep your eyes here. We said that plays is the verb. Now, who plays in this sentence? Sammy plays football. Who plays? Sammy plays. So Sammy is the person who does the verb. So Sammy is the doer. I swim in the pool. Swim is the verb. Who swims in the pool? I swim in the pool. So I am the doer. I am the doer. The children drank milk. What do? They drank milk. Who drank milk? The children. So the children are the doer for the verb drank. Okay? So far, so good. Let's move on. The doer can be one, singular, one person, and the doer can be more than one. It can be plural. So you have here, you have Sammy. Is Sammy singular or plural? Sammy is singular. I, singular or plural? Singular. The children, all of them, this is plural. So Sammy plays football. Plays is the verb. Sammy is the doer and he is singular. I swim in the pool. Swim is the verb. I am the doer and I am singular. The children drink milk. The children is plural for the verb drink. So far, so good. Let's move on. Now I want you to find the differences. I will not say anything. You will find the rule by yourselves. Read the sentences and tell me, what are the differences and how these sentences are similar? How do they look like each other? So find the differences and the similarities. I want you to, if you want to find the differences, I want you to check out the verbs. the verbs. Just check them out. Sammy plays football every day. Paddy swims in the pool every day. The children drink milk every day. Sarah and Amir draw a picture every day. Okay. You have every day, every day, every day, every day in these sentences. So all of them, they have every day. Good job. Now, some verbs here, they have S. And other verbs, they don't have an S. Well done. So you say, Sammy plays, Patty swims, children drink without an S, Sarah and Amir draw without an S. Why is that? Why sometimes we put an S and other times we don't put an S? We said it one time in the class, if you remember it. I will not answer this question now. Remember why sometimes we have an S, why sometimes we don't have an S. Let's move on. Aha! Remember when we said if the doer is singular, he is alone. So he feels very sad and he starts crying because he's alone. He wants someone to play with. So here comes an S. The S comes and sits with the verb in order to play with the subject. So we don't want the subject to be sad. We want it to be happy. So that's why we have an S, and the S goes and plays with the subject. If the doer is plural, we don't do anything. We don't put an S because the doer is plural. He has many people and many things to play with. He doesn't need an S. So only when the subject is singular, you put an S. Let's go back to the previous slide. Sammy is alone. He's crying. Do you want him to be crying? No, that's why we put an S here with a verb. So Sammy plays, because the S will play with Sammy. We don't want Sammy to be alone. That's why we say Sammy plays. Now Fadi swims. Fadi swims because Fadi is singular. He's one and he's sad and he's crying. That's why we put an S with Fadi. Now the children here, many children, they can play with each other. They don't need an S, so we don't add anything to the verb. Sarah and Amir are two, so they can play with each other. We don't want to give them any S to play with. Okay? So only when the subject is one, is singular, you put an S. If the subject is plural, we don't do anything. Okay? Let's move on. Now the I and the you, although they are singular, but we have to use them as if they were plural. They are treated as if they were plural. So with I and with you, you don't put an S with a verb. Now, when do we put S with a verb? When we talk about something that we do every day. Let's go here. That's why we have in all the sentences every day, every day, every day. So when we have every day and we have a verb, we need to check for the subject. If the subject is singular, you need to put an S with a verb. If the subject is plural, you don't put anything with a verb. That's only if you have every day. That's when we talk about something that we do every day, every day. Now let's go. Now, what if the verb ends with O? This is the only case that we have. If the verb ends with O, you need to put an E at the end of the verb. Like Sarah goes to school every day, you put an E before the S, between the vowel and the S. Goes. Amir does his homework every day. Same, does. Sarah is one, that's why we need an S, and we put the E here because you have an O. And Amir also is singular. That's why you need an S here. And you put the E because you have an O at the end of the word. Now let's practice. His grandparents every day. So we need to check here. Let's use a pen. You have here he is singular, is one. So do we need an S here, or do you want him to keep crying because he's alone? No, we don't want he to cry because you are one. So we will put an S with the verb like this. So visits. He visits. Good job. Here, we to school by bus every day. So we have every day here. We is plural. It's not singular. We're talking we. Now go. Do we need to put an S with it? No. So you just keep it as it is. So go. We go to school by bus every day. Now here you have they. Is it plural or singular? It's plural. So do we really need to put an S with it? No, you don't put an S with it. They to study English every day. So you have like, they like, without any S because this is plural. Now check here, you have she. She tennis every day, play. She tennis every day, play. Now she is singular. She's crying. I'm alone. I don't have anyone to play with. It's okay. We will give you an S to play with, but the S has to stay with the verb. She plays tennis every day. And thank you all for listening, and we hope to get together and meet very soon.